You are listening to Accents, a radio show for literature, art, and culture. I am your host, Katerina Stoikova, and my guest is poet Jude McPherson. Hi, Jude, how are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Doing great. So excited to talk to you. So excited to hear your poems.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, yeah. And Jude McPherson, also known as JC Mac, is at home in central Kentucky or in the Mississippi Delta. At his core, he is a b-boy punk kid with certain tastes that ring country. His goal is to become a human Swiss Army knife. Now, what kind of poetry does such a person write? Huh?
A little bit of everything.
I would think so. Yes, I would think so. And
Yeah.
every one of the unfolding miracles there of the Swiss Army knife is helpful to something, for something, to someone. So, what have you been writing these days?
Um, Still working on a lot of baseball poems. I mean, granted, COVID-19 has affected all of us in so many ways, but I did not realize just how much watching baseball meant to me until I've had no opportunity to watch a live baseball game, and it's been rough at times.
It's so interesting because if all sports in the world never come back, I won't notice, you know? So it's been really strange for me to hear people say, I miss sports. So I watch that and I hear that with some curiosity that I cannot really relate to. So you write about baseball?
Um, I write about baseball a lot, and I think one of the reasons sports, particularly baseball and college basketball, are so important to me. Um, the college basketball season concludes and baseball begins, um, usually right around my birthday, like the end of March, first part of April. So every year, no matter how I'm feeling, I know that I have like baseball is coming, opening day is coming, spring training is going to be here, and it wasn't, and it still doesn't seem real.
So basically you missed your cue for the fresh start, for,
Yes.
hey, the new cycle is coming. Well,
Uh,
maybe this interview will be your new start, your new beginning.
um, yeah, the past couple of weeks have just been absolutely mind blowing but beautiful. So yeah, new starts are they're a good thing.
Okay. What have you brought for us to read?
I have a few poems. I haven't read out loud in a long time, so I'm gonna see uh, how my voice is doing and just play it by ear as to what I read and everything. But I got some fun stuff.
Okay, take it away.
Since I was just talking about baseball, I'm gonna read a couple of baseball centered pieces. And as usual, all of my poems have two names. Um, so this is called Yard or An Evening on the Riverfront. And the word yard is it's a slang term for a home run. Watching Junior uncoil on a chest high two seamer, launching the ball into the Ohio Valley summer night made me wonder out loud, is perfection attainable? Uh, this piece is called Hey Bada Bada, or Don't Go Back to Her If She Breaks Your Heart. Because I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan, and I mean, like, we haven't won a World Series since the early 90s. So it's hard being a fan sometimes. Top of the first. Dug up my heart from last season like a damn fool. Swore I was done with this rambling wreck after finishing 24 games out in the Central. They used to be the big red shiny machine way back when Sparky was skipper. Dusty was my fave. My sister made me a fan, had me hook, line, and sinker from the first game she made me listen to. Used to pretend I was Mario Soto trying to get that change up to Brett Nasty against the side of the cinder block garage I was warned not to throw anything against. It never worked. I never listened to the decisions management had made that year. Bottom of the first. We 22 and 41 and 15 and a half games out in the Central, and all I want is a rain delay to last 99 more games so I can swear that this is it. I'm done with you until you come calling me again in the spring. But she didn't come calling this year. So. Hey, while it's on my mind, I just listened to the poems that you posted. The piece about the priest, like the last one, I listened to that 3 times. I mean, so. Let's see. I got this series of poems that I'm hoping to put out sometimes this year, called On My Block. And I'm going to read 3 of those real quick. On my block, or eggs. It's after 2 a.m. and the rooster that takes up residence 2 yards over is soapboxing again about what I'm guessing is a life for poultry in the hood. My block, or I see these clouds in my dreams. I'm in a rocking chair on my front porch. The sun has relinquished its reign to the rain. For a little while, this bad side of town is a poor man's therapy. No couch needed. Just that creaking of my chair riding uneven red slats to nowhere in particular. June winds that buffalo through the leaves of tulip poplars and black locusts standing at attention under a counterclockwise sky. On my block 4, or Loudon. Them sirens sing a song of despair all night. Smokey sits speed trap ready, blue and red lights tinted by the orange day glow haze of high pressure sodium sitting high in judgment. Flash steady on my walls. I turn over hoping I don't hear gun clap tonight. I like this poem. This is called After Work, or Observations Outside of a Walmart. It's over. Cast my dreams of sleep to the sky above that darkens from the weight of water. I wait for rain to sing me sweet lullabies of emancipation from this very day. I wait for a ride. Parking lot stays rolling about this time. 2 sisters old as Methuselah post up against the Lincoln town car and light Virginia Slims then blow clouds between exclamations of, "Yes, I did, girl." The pockets of silence between drags are spent surveying the sky. Walking towards the store, they put out lung rockets with a weathered 4-foot of house shoes that I know have touched some young misbehaved behinds. They whisper to one another, "He ain't white, girl, he's red bone." I laugh and they do too. All right, this is loves Taxicab Blues Revisited, or Mayday. Quote, spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. Andre Benjamin. I have heard you have to lose yourself too. Find yourself somewhere inside the AM. Every night inside my skull with flashlight, I'm looking at maps, some labeled and rolled precise, ready, willing, some. Others faded and creased, legend no longer what it once was. May as well be a waterlogged Polaroid or some polar void or sometime that never happened, or sometime that happened but I haven't gotten there yet. Others dig into bone fingernail deep, more like gravel roads that only the locals know. Those kinds of roads that even if they told you where to go, you would never find them. Turn even on the brightest day of May. Something about a breezy from the west pushing a Buick LeSabre through the bluegrass in the one direction she knows that will make you swoon. We can run away from here, I say. We can push pavement to the coastline, meet Aunt Ayo for the first time, and I will try to believe you when you say I'm yours. You see, moments like this are a perfect 16 bars over a DJ Premier beat. Day after day fades into the uncertainty of night sounds. Cliche, but there is a reason that it was and still a dark and stormy night. After night, I felt like I was living in the Oort cloud and wanted to swim to the edge. Take that last inhale of loud, no longer inhale. I wanted to scream loud, but gravity didn't want nothing to do with me. So I overthink what if. Ain't no future just laying there. No more second chances to look forward to again. In space, something is always happening. We could have occupied the same place at the same time because I told you that things fall apart when the center can't hold on. Not even binary stars collapsing, more like vessels dipping into the same way station, tuning to that same station where we hear through the static, clap back automatic with our intentions, and indentions are made too. It's probably good I don't have a headboard. Have a bit of mercy when the morning comes. Numb me for the trip through the galaxy back to that hideaway in the middle of the open on Loudon Avenue. Here's to hoping that no one crosses over, trying to ball like Iverson against Jehovah with Sevinova tendencies. The best of me comes out in whispers inside a crowded room. That's when I bloom, but that's no answer. A cancer on all these ideas born from the city state. Our haste tatted arguments about whose turn it is to be right this time. Right this time will be different, and you will believe until your back is turned. But I'm slicker this year. I'm slicker this year. You don't even know that a black hole done swallowed you whole. And that's a whole lot of bull being spilled across the Milky Way tonight. But at least we have tomorrow in front of us. How's my time?
You can read all you want, Jude.
Okay.
These are lovely. Read us 3 or 4 more. How about that?
All right. I'm going to try to read this poem. Emphasis on try. And the only reason I'm going to read it is because JD Lester wanted a video of me reading this poem. And we'll see how it goes because I'm going to have to edit a couple things on the fly. So I hate crowds or yippee-ki-yay America. Where is my filter? Where is my Geordie LaForge visor that can instantly shield my eyes from this, whatever this is? How is it that by now that's not factory equipment? The capacity to filter out the quote, all lives matter? How is it that white folk don't see the insult in telling me all lives matter? Did something somehow imprint on your own genetic code that reacts to anything non-white with code speak? I understand you live in a world in which your likeness is the measuring stick, no matter how inaccurate. Have you become bored with all of this? Your nose blindness and okay, I'm gonna stop with this poem just because um, there's a lot of slurs in the poem, so I'm not gonna like put that up. So, but I have other poems. I have other poems. Thank you for your patience, by the way. All right, this is called Just Beneath or Blues for Trayvon. One, my mother told me that not wearing my hoodie was a danger to my health. Put something on your head, boy, before you feel a cold. Two, somewhere Emmett Till is whistling. Three, how do you eulogize someone you have never met but have seen infinite times? Different shades, shapes, all young, all alive. This time it was a bag of candy, a can of tea. I remember once it was a wallet. Many times it was nothing. No story spun in the media's loom would justify this hangman's action, this time a legal registered 9mm. I remember once it was death row. Many times it was a rope. In the end, results were the same. Somebody's baby wasn't coming home tonight. I recall hearing the winds of change blew unbridled through the South. Bull Connor no longer has to bellow from a bullhorn. Self-defense without proof is the new just cause because the more things change. No Civil Rights Act will bring you back, make you one, remove the holes, reattach the limbs, soothe the bite of rope burns upon your neck. You're gone. All that is left are memories we play pallbearers to, of when you were full of life, walking to the store with your hoodie up, trying not to catch a cold. Hey, where's it at? Ah. I'm gonna read one more poem. It's a very short poem. Very short. This is called Needle Drop or Two Left Feet. To trust means dancing, with the possibility of looking like a fool spinning cracked records again and again and again.
Thank you so much, Jude. This was amazing. I enjoyed the whole reading. And, if you hang out for a little bit longer after, I would like to record separately the poem that you stopped in the middle of. So, as always, pleasure hearing your work, pleasure seeing you and talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful afternoon and see you soon.
You too, my friend.